Stop buying so much makeup and wasting your money. Number one is not my favorite, but it is important. Set a budget. Figure out how much you would like to spend on makeup in a month or a year, whatever, and stick to your budget. You would be surprised if you added it all up, how much you actually spend. So it would be good for you to set a limit. I know, it's like a dirty word when it comes to buying makeup, but it's important. Next one is to keep a list of all your makeup on your phone. Now, maybe not all of it, but a good portion of it, so that you know what you already have. I think those of you who have makeup just in a little baggie, you're like, okay, who needs that? I do not need to have a list on my phone. But those of you who have a good amount, you may forget that you already own something and it entices you. You look at it and you're like, oh, I want that. And then you go home and you already own that color. So my third tip is to also, with that list, include the color. That is so important. You might not forget that you own a palette, but when you have a lipstick color or a gloss color, it's very easy to forget that I already own that lip color. You may gravitate to a certain color scheme. We all have those colors that we know look good on us. So when you go into the store, you are like, oh, I love that color. And then you get it home and you're like, seriously, this is like almost identical to this color. So you really don't need it. So having a list or even a picture of the colors that you have would be really helpful, so you're not double purchasing things that you don't need to purchase. Another list that I keep on my phone is a list of things that I want. So if I'm watching a YouTube video or I see a commercial for something and I'm like, ooh, I like that, I can keep a list on my phone, and that way when I'm at the store, I can go, okay, this is the things that I wanted. Oh, it's on sale, or I have a coupon or whatever, and then you have it readily there and you're not just looking and shopping and being enticed by all the other things. It's just like grocery shopping. You go in with a list and you leave with your list. So if you are on this tight budget, go in with your list and leave with only the makeup that is on your list. You also could keep that list on the website. So go on to Ulta's website or get their app. Sephora has one as well. And what I'll do is I'll put things in my wish list. Sometimes there's a sale at the store that isn't online, or you see it at Sephora, but it's also at Ulta. So therefore you can compare the two and go, okay, if I drive over to Ulta, I can get it cheaper, or I can just order it online. As long as there's free shipping, then you're not going to be wasting your money and you might get it cheaper at a different store. Another tip is to only buy in the store. So it's so easy to click, 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 click and purchase when you're at home and you just don't really notice what you're doing. You're just kind of ordering and packages show up all the time. You're like, yay, it's like Christmas. But sadly in January, you still get that credit card statement where you're like, stink, I really bought a lot. Instead, go ahead and put that stuff in your wish list, go into the store, and you're able to try on things. You're able to look at them, swipe them, see if they actually are what you want. If you have found your holy grail, your absolute favorite, whatever makeup product it is, it's your favorite mascara, blush, whatever, and you don't necessarily have to keep looking for the next greatest thing. I think a lot of times you watch, and I do the same thing, you watch a YouTuber like me say, this is the most amazing fill in the blank. And you're like, oh, I have to have it. But you already have that kind of product that you absolutely love. There is nothing wrong with what you have. You do not have to go buy that thing if you already have found your absolute favorite. So kind of resist the urge to listen to me. So that also brings me to my next one. Don't listen to beauty gurus that say you have to have this product. So that may work against what I'm trying to do here on YouTube, you would think. It's not. My job here on YouTube is to explain, to review, to show you new things, to show you how to use something. My job here is not to get you to necessarily buy. Now, do I make some commission off of your purchases? Yes, I do. All of my links below are affiliate links. I do make a small, very small commission. It helps me to be able to do this for you guys. But I am not doing that to say you got to buy everything I'm showing you. My job here is to absolutely show you as much as I can, to show you how it works on me, and for you then to make a decision. Do I have to have that? Do I already have one that I love? Well, then I don't need to listen to Bobby. She doesn't know what she's talking about. So don't necessarily listen to all of us when we say you have to have this. Okay, this kind of seems logical, but I think that there's this thought that you shouldn't do this, and I think it's hogwash. Where do we get that saying hogwash? But I guess it's because it's yucky. Return something. If it doesn't work, return it. Now, I am not a huge advocate of buying a ton of stuff and then, buying 10 mascaras, trying them all, and then just keep the one. I don't think that that's ethical. But if you buy something, especially if you bought a high-end product and it doesn't work, it doesn't do what it says, the color is off, and it just doesn't look good, especially if you buy it online, you really can't try it. It is okay to return a product. It really is. I do think that you need to do it ethically. I, as a YouTuber, get a ton of products. I do not buy something just to show it on my video and then return it, knowing full well when I bought it, I'm not going to use it. I don't do that. If that product does not live up to what it says it's going to live up to, yes, I do return it. It did not do what they said it was going to do. Then I'm never going to use it again because it's garbage. It speaks volumes to the manufacturer or the brand that you made an inferior product because all these people are returning it. If it doesn't work, return it, but do it ethically. If you are tempted to buy a product, then my advice is to wait a couple days, even if you're in the store, even if it's a sale. And I know it's so hard to walk away from a sale, but nothing is worth even the sale price if it goes over your budget or if it doesn't work for you. Wait a couple days. See if you really truly need it. Write it on your list, put it in your favorites list. When you go back to the store, then if you still are absolutely wanting it and it works within your budget, then go ahead and buy it. You can buy it without guilt. If you really love high-end products, sometimes there are complete dupes for that high-end product. There are so many videos out there. I have not done them personally, but I know of so many YouTubers who love to do dupe videos. So all you have to do is search on that product name and say dupe for whatever it is, and see if maybe you could get a lower end product for something that acts just like the higher end product, and you have that look that you want without the price that it would cost normally. Instead of buying a palette with all of these colors in here, which I will be honest with you, a lot of these I will never use, but I do love all this natural. So instead of buying a palette that's pre-made for you, buy a palette that you create yourself. So what am I talking about? It's called a Z palette. It looks like this. This one I got off of Amazon. Wait for the Sephora VIB sale, because when that happens, all of their Sephora collection is 30% off. So what you can do is to buy individual eyeshadow colors. So they're just little ones. They have a magnet. Oh, this is a magnet. This whole thing in here is a magnet, and this is metal on the back, and it just sticks in there, and you can fill it with all the colors that you would use. This comes with round or square little magnet pieces with adhesive on the pack. Well, it's not magnet. These are metal. I took my one here, this is plastic, and I just stuck that on the back, and now that one fits in here beautifully. So this is a really good way to fill it with only the ones that you're going to use. Normal price is $9 for each color, And I know that seems like a lot because you could get a whole palette for $9. But are you using all those colors? If not, then you really aren't getting it for $9. You're getting the colors that you're going to use for $9, which could it just be one? Also very travel friendly. So you have only the ones that you're going to use. Now this one I know is not for everybody, but for those of you who buy a decent amount of makeup, skincare, either high-end or drugstore, I highly recommend you getting either the Ulta or the Sephora credit card. So if you're gonna get one, my recommendation is get the Ulta one. Why? Because you get so much free makeup from it. I believe it is such a better deal. You don't have to pay for the credit card. It's not like it has an annual fee or anything. It does not. All of your purchases rack up points. All of them, not just the ones at Ulta, but all of them. Our daughter is in esthetician school. My husband calls it skin school. And we put her entire schooling on my Ulta credit card because we are going to pay it off. She's actually paying it, but we will pay it off. So it doesn't cost me any more to do that. And I got all those points. And Ulta has drugstore as well as high-end. I have gotten so much free makeup or skincare from my Ulta credit card. Now Sephora has one as well, and I have gotten some free things there as well. I do not believe it is anywhere near as robust. And one of the best practices before you buy a product is to watch reviews on that product. That is why this YouTube channel exists. Not only for reviews, I love just sharing life and doing midlife with you guys, but one of my biggest things is to be able to review a product and give you all the information, as I have said before, and then you make an educated decision. Instead of going by, oh, that looks so pretty and I'm gonna go get that. No, go and watch a review to see if it really does live up to the claims that it says it's going to do, especially when it comes to like a foundation or a mascara. So listen to reviews before you go and make that purchase. To go further with that, I am starting a series. It's called How Many Blank Do You Really Need? I'm going to put them all on Sundays. I'm not positive. Don't hold me to that. We'll figure that one out. But I'm going to be doing a series where it says, how many blushes do you need? And what ones do you need? Maybe not the exact one, but the type. How many types of foundation do you need? How many types of blush? You get the idea. I encourage you to start watching that series when it comes out, hopefully very soon. And that will hopefully save you some money in the long run. One thing that I do on my channel is I do speed reviews, and sometimes I combine them with Yahoos and Boos. So Yahoos and Boos on my channel is the things that I have absolutely loved recently and the things that really did not work, and I think you need to save your money. So my last one I did, I actually combined the speed reviews with the Yahoos and Boos. I'm going to link that one right here. That will give you so much advice. I will see you maybe in that one or another one. God bless.